from Chippenham in Wiltshire, Jenny Armstrong from Bexley Heath in Kent, Steve Mills from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire, Frank Latham from Croft in Cheshire, Stan Moorcroft from Bromborough on Merseyside, Clive Anuya from Croydon in Surrey, Martin Hayes from Canterbury, Linda Taylor from Saffron Walden in Essex, Noel Morgan from Dundalk in County Louth, Martin Brooks from Bristol, Ian Volante from Edinburgh, Oliver Dearlove from Manchester, and Linda Goss from Cannock in Staffordshire are all here to play 15 to 1, presented by William G. Stewart.
Thank you. Hello. No previous winner with us today, so straight onto the finals board. Helen Grayson has been the target for a week now. There she is, and it will take a winning score above 181 to remove her. Off we go, with 2 questions each in the first round, 1 correct answer from you to survive, and we begin with Paul Clare from Marlow in Buckinghamshire. Paul, English law. The procedure involved in validly creating, extinguishing and transferring ownership of interest in land is known as what?
Conveyancing.
And Roy, please. Which of the evangelists described by St. Paul as beloved physician is traditionally regarded as the author of the Acts of the Apostles?
No, sorry.
St. Luke. David, still the Bible. The name, please, of the book of the Old Testament whose name is derived from the Greek for origin of the world.
Genesis.
Jenny, please. The British Armed Forces. In September, it was announced that Admiral Sir Michael Boyce is to succeed General Sir Charles Guthrie in 2001. In which military post?
Sorry, I don't know.
Chief of the Defence Staff. Steve, please. What is meant by the Latin Fidei Defensor?
Defender of the faith.
And Frank, the European Union. Which member state of the European Union has the largest population, over 82 million?
France.
Germany. Stan, what type of organisation is Green Flag?
It's a motoring organisation.
Yes, motoring assistance.
Relay, yes.
Clive, law, what's the legal term for willfully giving false evidence in court?
Perjury.
Martin, please. American institutions. Which women's organisation in the USA is known by the initials DAR?
I don't know.
Daughters of the American Revolution. Linda, the Commonwealth. Which is the only Commonwealth country on the mainland of South America? Guyana. Noel, please. Maiden Castle, Corfe Castle and Sherborne Castle are tourist attractions in which county?
Yorkshire.
Dorset. Martin, please. In which British city are the headquarters of the Forestry Commission?
Gloucestershire.
Edinburgh. Ian, please. Inheritance tax. A gift of up to what value from a parent to a son or daughter about to get married is exempt from consideration for inheritance tax?
£200,000.
5,000. Oliver, from which element are microchips most commonly made?
Silicon.
Linda, please. Famous pseudonyms. Under what pseudonym did the American writer Francis Cain publish his popular blockbuster novels?
I don't know.
Harold Robbins. Paul, what generic name is given to the luminous phenomena in the Earth's upper atmosphere of both hemispheres caused by the ionisation of gases by charged particles in the solar wind?
Northern Lights.
Well, the word I wanted was aurora, but northern lights are aurora borealis, so yes, OK. And Roy, please. The name, please, of the Royal Mail's Express Airmail service, which is generally faster than normal airmail.
Data Post.
Swift Air. David, please. Opera. In which Wagner opera are the title characters given a love potion instead of poison?
The Ring.
Tristan and Isolde. Jenny, please. Plants, botany. What's the common name for the poisonous plant Digitalis purpurea?
Foxglove.
Steve, please. 19th century literature. How is the character Clement Yeobright, known as Clym, referred to in the title of a novel by Thomas Hardy?
The Mayor of Casterbridge.
The Native. The title is The Return of the Native. Frank, what does the musical instruction rallentando mean?
Getting more slow.
Yes, slowing down gradually. And Stan, please. Ballet. Which ballet with music by Stravinsky tells the story of 3 puppets who are brought to life?
The Firebird.
Petrushka. Clive, please. British Prime Ministers. Who was the last Prime Minister to be defeated in the House of Commons on an opposition motion of no confidence?
Margaret Thatcher.
Jim Callaghan. Martin, please. Poetry. Subject of a poem by T.S. Eliot. Who or what is the character Macavity?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
A cat. Linda, please. Sport. Lord Maclaurin, the former chairman of Tesco, the supermarket chain, is the chairman of the governing body of which sport in England and Wales?
Cricket.
Yes. ECB? No. From the Latin word meaning a flag or banner, what name is given to the study of the history and symbolism of flags?
Vexillology.
Well, no, the first time was right. Leave it as it was. It is vexillology.
Thank you.
And Martin, mythology. In which ancient civilization was Horus a god of the sky?
The Incas?
Egyptian. Ian, please. Who on the occasion of the Queen's speech at the state opening of Parliament summons members of Parliament from the Commons to hear the speech in the House of Lords?
Blackrod?
Yes, the gentleman usher of the Black Rod. And Oliver, please. Literature. Shakespeare. Which leader of a famous 15th century rebellion appears in Henry VI, Part 2?
Jack Cade?
And Linda, Jalalabad and Kandahar are cities in which Asian country?
India.
Afghanistan. Four down, 11 to go. Philip?
And they are Roy Monton, Martin Hayes, Martin Brooks and Linda Goss. And of the remaining 11 contestants, 2 still have their 3 lives intact.
We start round 2, Paul, with the history of sport. In which decade were the Summer Olympic Games held in Antwerp, Paris and Amsterdam?
In the 20s.
A number, please, Paul.
13, please.
Ian, in a series of low-budget Japanese films since the 1950s, who has fought the Smog Monster, the Sea Monster and King Kong?
Godzilla.
And a number, please.
Number 3.
Still films, David. How was the character Benjamin Braddock, played by Dustin Hoffman, described in the title of a 1967 film?
Sorry.
He was the graduate. Again, please, Ian.
Number 4.
Law, please, Jenny. Which word, derived from the Flemish word for a bird cage or rabbit hutch, is used to refer to the place in a court where the accused is placed during the trial?
The dock.
A number, please, Jenny.
14.
Theatre, Oliver. My Zinc Bed is a new play by which British dramatist, the husband of the fashion designer Nicole Fari?
I don't know.
David Hare, Sir David Hare. Again, Jenny.
Number 8.
And Clive, literally meaning, if it be so. What's the Japanese word for goodbye?
Sayonara.
A number, please, Clive.
Number 11.
Literature, please, Noel. The Count of Monte Cristo. What or where is Monte Cristo?
It's a prison. It is France.
No, it's an island in the Mediterranean. Again, please, Clive.
Number 1.
And Paul, please. The name, please, first name and surname of the character played by Wendy Richard in EastEnders.
Pauline Fowler.
A number, please.
Number 6, please.
Frank, what is a sharp bend on the fairway of a golf course called?
Dogleg.
And a number, please.
11.
The arts, Noel. Royal Academicians are elected because of their expertise in one of 4 fields of the arts. Painting and sculpture are 2. One of the other 2, please.
Literature.
Architecture and engraving. Again, please.
7.
And Stan, please. In which French city was Joan of Arc burned at the stake in 1431?
Reims.
Rouen. Again, please, Frank.
5.
Steve, please. Sheringham, Hunstanton and Cromer. Towns on the coast of which English county?
Norfolk.
Yes, Steve.
Number 1.
Paul, what does the Latin phrase fortes fortuna adjuvat mean?
It's something like strength helps good luck. Effectively.
It's actually fortune favours the brave.
Oh.
Again, please.
Number 10.
And Linda, the official residence of the holder of which office is Bute House, Charlotte Square in Edinburgh?
I don't know.
The First Minister. Again, please.
Number 14.
Oliver, in the days of sailing warships, what nickname was given to the ship's boy whose duty it was to carry powder from the magazine to the gun deck?
Powder monkeys.
And a number, please.
1.
And Paul, taken from the Latin mean I forbid, what name is given to the right to reject or forbid a proposed measure or course of action?
Veto.
And a number, Paul.
Number 5, please.
Steve, South Africa's administrative capital is Pretoria. In which city is the National Assembly?
Johannesburg.
Cape Town. Paul, please.
Number 4, please.
Jenny, please. For which nursery rhyme or song concerned with spending money did the Eagle Tavern in City Road, London become famous?
Half a pound of tuppenny rice.
Yeah, what's the name of the...
Pop goes the weasel.
That's the one, yeah, that's what I want. And a number?
13.
Geology, please, Ian. What name is given to the blue variety of the mineral corundum?
Sapphire.
And a number, please.
Number 5.
Steve. Peter Salisbury resigned as chief executive of which retailing chain in September with over £560,000 compensation for loss of office?
Marks and Spencer's.
And a number, Steve.
14.
And Oliver, the Royal Navy. A father and his 2 eldest sons currently hold the ranks of Admiral of the Fleet, Rear Admiral and Commander respectively. Who are these 3 men?
I don't know.
Prince Philip, Prince Charles and Prince Andrew. Again, please.
Number 13.
Shakespeare, Ian. Which Shakespeare play ends with the lines, "For thanks to all at once and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone"?
Macbeth.
Yes, Ian. Will you
Six.
put your breath back? Number 6. What's the name of the sea, an arm of the Mediterranean, which separates Italy from Croatia and Albania? Frank?
Adriatic.
And number, please.
7.
And Stan, please. Greek mythology. Which bird was particularly associated with Athena, the goddess of wisdom?
The owl.
And number, please.
Number 3, please.
The medical world, David. Christine Hancock is the General Secretary of the RCN. What does RCN stand for?
Royal College of Nursing.
And number, David.
10.
And Linda. Which fictional county is the setting for most of Thomas Hardy's novels?
Wessex.
And number, please.
Number 1.
Paul, which London hospital is named after the printer and bookseller who founded it in the early 18th century?
Gosh. Bartholomew's.
Guys. Again, please, Linda.
14.
Oliver. The chief naval battle of the First World War. In Germany, it is known as the Skagerrak. How was it known in Britain?
Jutland.
The Battle of Jutland. A number, please.
Oh, no, I can't do that. 8, please.
And Clive. Costume. Who in the Middle Ages would wear motley?
No idea.
A jester or a fool? Again, please.
Number 7, please.
And Stan, the United States, with an area of nearly 600,000 square miles, which is the largest state in the USA?
Alaska.
And a number, please.
Number 1.
Still the USA, Paul. And which of the 50 states lies furthest south?
Hawaii.
A number, please.
Number 3, please.
And David, what title from the French meaning "in place of the king" is given to a governor who rules a province or colony in the name of the supreme ruler?
No, sorry.
Viceroy. Again, please, Paul.
Number 6, please.
20th century writers, Frank. The Fat Woman's Joke, The Life and Loves of a She-Devil, and The Cloning of Joanna May. The author, please.
Faye Weldon.
And a number?
Number 10, please.
Linda, the Spanish Armada. What was the name of Sir Francis Drake's ship in the battle against the Spanish Armada?
The Golden Hind.
HMS Revenge. Again, please, Frank.
Number 8.
Clive, in which century was England, for a period, declared to be a republic?
16th.
17th. Again, please, Frank.
Number 5.
Steve, the last time an English king was not crowned in Westminster Abbey was 1043. Who was crowned in Winchester on the 3rd of April that year?
Edward the Confessor.
Yes, Steve.
Number 7.
And musical terms, please, Stan. Taken from the Italian meaning to play on the harp, what term is used in music to indicate the sounding of the notes in a chord in succession rather than simultaneously?
Arpeggio.
And a number, please.
14.
The Bronte family, the Bronte sisters, Oliver. What was their brother's name?
Branwell Bronte.
And a number?
6, please.
And Frank, please. Ballet. Which Spanish painter designed the ballets Bacchanal, Labyrinth and Tristan for the choreographer Massine?
Goya.
Salvador Dali. Again, please, Oliver.
13, please.
Ian, what's the name of the woolen folded bonnet, often with a checkered headband and ribbons at the back, worn by some Scottish regiments? Glengarry. Again, please, Oliver.
4, please.
The Bible, the New Testament, Jenny. The Garden of Gethsemane was sited at the foot of which hill near Jerusalem?
Golgotha.
The Mount of Olives. Again, please, Oliver.
1, please.
Mythology, Paul. The name, please, of the merman sea god, son of Poseidon, traditionally portrayed blowing a conch shell?
Absolutely no idea.
Triton. Again, Oliver.
4, please.
20th century history, Jenny. The famous confrontation in London in 1936 between the British Union of Fascists and their opponents is named after which East End thoroughfare? Cable Street. Again, please.
5, please.
And Steve, 20th century music. Which English composer was Professor of Music at Birmingham University between 1905 and 1908 and appointed Master of the King's Music in 1924?
Britain.
Edward Elgar. Oliver?
6, please.
Art and famous paintings, Frank. Whose painting, Primavera, depicts Venus, her handmaidens, the Three Graces, and Flora, the goddess of flowers?
Giotto.
Botticelli. There you are. It is 12 down, 3 to go. And after the break, Stan Moorcroft from Bromborough on Merseyside, Ian Volante from Edinburgh, and Oliver Dearlove from Manchester will be here for the final. Do please stay with us.
The three surviving contestants in today's 15-1 final are Stan Moorcroft, a retired NHS manager from Bromborough on Merseyside, Ian Volante, a graduate from Edinburgh, and Oliver Dearlove, an administrator from Manchester.
Thank you. Welcome back. Stan, Ian, Oliver, put your fingers on the buzzers and off we go. Remember, a winning score above 181 for a place on the finals board. Mathematics. What proper fraction is represented as a decimal as 0.333 recurring? Oliver?
1/3.
Food and drink. The addition of the letter E to the name of which spirit converts it from the Scottish to the Irish variety? Stan?
Whiskey.
Indeed. Word connections. What word connects a white wine from the German Rhine, a joint on a horse's leg? Stan?
Hock.
Famous opening lines from Rupert Brooke's poem The Soldier. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is... Ian?
Forever England.
What in the United States in the 19th and 20th centuries were the Chicago, Burlington and Quincy and the Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe? Stan?
Railway lines.
They were railroad systems. 3 correct answers. Question or nominate?
Nominate Oliver, please.
Oliver, nursery rhymes. Who came on a visit because a nut tree bore a silver nutmeg and a golden pear?
My lady.
The King of Spain's daughter. Again, please, Stan.
Ian, please.
Ian, which Japanese volcano's last recorded eruption took place in 1707?
Mount Fuji.
And question or nominate?
Question.
Sport. In cricket, what is meant by the umpire raising both hands vertically above his head?
6 runs.
And question or nominate?
Nominate Stan.
Stan, look at this, please, and tell me, which county is that, the one with the question mark?
Gloucestershire.
And question or nominate?
Nominate Oliver, please.
Oliver, classic cinema. 2 unemployed musicians accidentally witness the St. Valentine's Day massacre and flee to Miami disguised as members of a female band. Which classic film starring Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe?
Some like it hot.
Question or nominate?
Question.
Law and language. The term spouse breach is an alternative name for what?
Divorce.
Adultery. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. History of botany. What do Gentius, king of Illyria in the 2nd century BC, Michel Begon in the 17th century, Stan?
They all had plants named after them.
Yes, species of flowers. And question or nominate?
Nominate Ian, please.
Ian, it's words dating back to the 10th century. The reign of our emperor is the English translation of the national anthem of which Far East country?
Japan.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Stan.
Stan, a site 5 miles east of Inverness was the location of the last battle fought on mainland Britain. Which battle of 1746?
Culloden.
Yes, or Culloden Moor sometimes. And question or nominate?
Nominate Oliver, please.
Oliver, Dinu Lipatti, Arthur Rubinstein and Vladimir Horowitz, 20th century virtuosos on which instrument?
Violin.
Piano. Now, Stan, again, question or nominate?
Nominate Ian, please.
Ian, look at this, please. John Howard Davis on the left and Robert Newton on the right in a still from a 1948 David Lean film. On which Charles Dickens novel was it based?
Oliver Twist.
And a good Oliver he was too. And question or nominate?
Nominate.
Stan, world religions. With over 170 million followers, which Southeast Asian country has the largest Muslim population in the world?
Indonesia.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Ian, please.
Science. What generic name is given to the refined petroleum product that is used as a fuel for aircraft, jet and turboprop engines?
Kerosene.
Question or nominate?
Question.
What's the reflexive form of the word him?
Himself.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
What was set at 3 years duration by the Triennial Act in 1694, at 7 years maximum length by the 1716 Septennial Act, and established at the present 5 years duration by the Parliament Act of 1911?
The maximum duration of a parliament.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Ian, please.
Canada, Ian. SK is the official abbreviation or contraction for which Canadian province?
Saskatchewan.
And question or nominate?
Question.
Music in Britain. In the world of music, who are or what is the NYO?
The National Youth Orchestra.
And question or nominate?
Nominate.
Stand, please. The white wine Soave comes from which European country?
From Italy.
And question or nominate?
I'll try a question, please.
The expression peeping Tom is derived from the legend of Tom the Tailor, who was struck blind because he peeped at which famous 11th century woman?
Lady Godiva.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Ian, please.
What name is given to the forcible eviction of Scottish tenants from estates in the 18th and 19th centuries?
The clearances.
Yes, the Highland clearances. And question or nominate?
Question.
Which country has coastlines on the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and land borders with Guatemala and Belize in the south and the United States in the north?
Mexico.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
In which English county are the towns of Spennymoor, Chesterley Street, Consett and Bishop Auckland?
Durham.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
Each child at St Clement Danes Primary School in London is given 2 pieces of fruit following an annual service at St Clement Danes Church. Which 2 fruits?
Oranges and lemons.
Yes. And question or nominate?
Question, please.
For which event in 1914 is the Serbian secret society the Black Hand now best remembered?
The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Indeed, beginning of the First World War. And question or nominate?
Question, please.
Shakespeare, Twelfth Night. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some... What comes next? And some have greatness thrust upon them. And fingers back on the buzzers, please. Australia. What's the state capital of Tasmania? Ian?
Hobart.
And question or nominate?
Question, please.
English law. GBH is grievous bodily harm. What is ABH?
Actual bodily harm.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
What are contained in a book called a Psalter?
Prayers.
Not
Psalms.
quite. Yes. Ooh. Okay. And onwards, please.
Question, please.
What's the name of the device which measures the height of an aircraft flying above sea level?
Altimeter.
And question or nominate?
Question, please.
Quotations. In the Oxford Dictionary of Quotations, Sir Henry Morton Stanley has only one entry. What is it?
Livingston, I presume? Or Dr. Livingston, I presume.
And question or nominate?
Nominate.
What 2-word Latin phrase means, whither goest thou?
No, I'm sorry.
Quo vadis. Again, Ian?
Nominate again.
What relation was Charles II to James II?
Grandson.
They were brothers. Ian?
Question, please.
The Consumers Association. What's the name of the Consumers Association's monthly magazine?
Which?
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
The name of which major European airline consists of 3 consecutive letters of the alphabet?
KLM.
And question or nominate?
Nominate Ian.
Ian, in which play is the heiress Jessica disinherited because she elopes with Lorenzo, a Christian?
2 Gentlemen of Verona.
Merchant of Venice. Well done, Stan. You're still standing there. You stay there. And Ian, 201, 10 for that, 211. 10th equal position on the finals board and a pretty good chance of a place in the grand final. And well done, Stan. Well done. Stay there. That's it for this week. We'll be back on Monday. See you then.